Hi, my name is Graham Land and welcome to the third DVD of the Up Close series. For those of you who bought Graham Land Up Close and Graham Land Even Closer, I'm sure you'll find this DVD equally as informative. We've got some cool stuff for you and some great tricks to improve your playing. So let's get right in there with Graham Land, as close as you can get. My name's Graham Land, and in conjunction with Slate Sticks, we bring you this DVD. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I come from a little town called Carnarvon in Wales. I've been playing the drums most of my life, the majority of that time with Kit and Idwell Davies. Idwell Davies is a brilliant keyboard player. Kit, his wife, fantastic, superb saxophone player. And we specialise in cowshed tours of Wales. So usually between, February and May, we do a cowshed tour of North Wales. Then July, June, we record. And then in September to the end of November, we do another cowshed tour of South Wales. Then we have Christmas off, and we do the same thing. Again, we've been doing that for years. I also run a very successful drum school. I teach up to 35 to 40 students a week, and I want to share with you what I teach them. So let's go. As a drummer in a live situation, it's me that holds down the tempo for the band. But in the studio, it's a totally different situation. The producer usually sets a click, and you have to play to the click, which is very demanding for the new drummer. So let me show you. I'll play to a click for you now, and something interesting is going to happen while I'm playing this click. I'll just set this up here now. I'm using Pro Tools here. I'll set it to a steady 120. You see what happened? The click speeded up. It's always the same with this new stuff. It's highly unreliable. Let me show you what I use. I use one of these. I bought it in a shop, John Williams in Bangor, on the ramp in 1993. Listen to this. Totally reliable. It's always in my case. Okay, some producers complain because it's in the background on the tracks, you know what I mean? But it doesn't bother me. If you listen to Kit and Idwell Davies, Shepherds of Damnation, what would the song be without that in the background? I always carry it with me. Brilliant. Let me show you a few warm-up techniques I use before starting to play live or record. One of the exercises I do is this. Hold your arms up like this and just bend your wrists like this. Also, smile at the same time. Because it is very important to smile, because every time I'm playing, I always have contact with the audience, like smile. Because some drummers, when they're playing, they look as if they're swimming in the water and can't get their breath. Smile. very important. You get a lot of jobs smiling. That's the first one. And the second one, and this is, hold the arms like this, so they're like swinging like this. See that? Swing them for a while, stop, flick them up. I'll do that again for you. Swing them, stop, flick them up. Fantastic. Because it'll build up, because when you've seen me playing, right, like this, okay, with my left hand on the hi-hats. But when I'm using this technique, when I'm playing the hi-hats with my right hand, I don't use a lot of like wrist. I use a lot of shoulder and this part of the arm. So it's more of a relaxed motion on the hi-hats. Just have a look at this. Smile at the same time. And I'll just play a rhythm with you using that technique now, and it looks fantastic. Brilliant. So those are a few handy tips there for you. Practice them, see how we feel. I'd like to talk to you about accents. And the accent I like to use is the Scottish accent. It's a strong accent, especially when you're counting off the band. I love the Scottish accent. It's a strong accent, it's a dominant accent. So this is usually, especially when the crowd are a little bit rowdy. So I'll just demonstrate that for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now everybody's going to take notice of that, you know. And another one as well, which I like to use, and it's great if you're playing like disco stuff and jazz, is the German accent. And it's very important that you, Van! Van! Everybody's going to hear where that one is, you know, in the bar. And as you get a little bit more experience, you can mix them together. So you can have Van! Two! You can mix the Scottish and German up together. Van! Two! Two! Can you hear that? Two! It's brilliant. And I use them all the time. Accents, very important. What to do in a bass guitar solo? Well, let me tell you what I do during a bass guitar solo. During the big gigs with Kit and Idwell Davis, we have a fantastic, superb bass player from Cambridge, Bartholomew Smythe, and we get him up to play with us. He's brilliant. Now, when he does his bass guitar solo, because we are a really well-rehearsed band, the bass guitar solo lasts for 5 minutes exactly. So let me show you now what I do in that 5 minutes. Over here, I have a microwave. And here, I've got some soup. This soup takes 2 minutes to cook, 1 minute to cool down, and exactly 1 minute, 55 seconds to eat. Which leaves me enough time to grab my slate sticks, and I'm in on beat one. Fantastic. And that's not the only place in the set where I get some time to myself. In one song called Pwllheli by Night, where Kit plays that fast saxophone run, I think it's about 32 quavers. It just gives me enough time to eat half a pack of these, and I'm fine. Hope that helps you a little bit. This DVD is brought to you in conjunction with slate sticks. And in a live situation, I always use slate sticks, just for their clear definition on the cymbals, and they make the drums sound fantastic. But let's talk a little bit about brushes. Some people see brushes, they don't know what they are, they don't know what to do with them. Well, let me dispel this myth about brushes for you. Brushes are for cleaning your drums. Why do you think they're called brushes? You know when you get like pieces of fluff in between the hoop and the skin? Look at this. Ah, fantastic. No sign of fluff there. The bass drum as well. There's a lot of dust there because we do cowshed tours, a lot of dust in the cowshed. Look at that. Fantastic. Brilliant. And also, this is something which I've invented, and I call it the sparrow flick because it sounds like a flock of sparrows taking off. Don't get too disheartened when you see me doing this, because with practice you will be able to do it yourself. Have a listen to this. Brilliant, huh? Now I use this to clean underneath the cymbals. I'll just show you. Just go around the drums here. Whoops. You have to kneel down for this, okay? It also keeps you fit, right? Because it's important that we keep fit as drummers. Now look at this now. Bit of muck here, right? Watch. Ah. There it goes. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And also, I've invented the reverse sparrow flick. Just turn your wrist like this. Whoa, hold on. There you go. Now I use this to clean the top of the cymbals, right? Because they can be a bit messy. So look at this. Stand up for this as well, right? Shoulders back. There, look at that. Fantastic. And after about 5-10 minutes, I can guarantee you this drum kit is going to be spotless. So I hope that dispels a little bit about brushes for you. One thing I've found lately with drummers is their lack of imagination. So one thing I've come up with to help build the imagination is playing in different times. I'll just play a modern beat for you now. Bit boring, yeah? Now I'll play in a different time. We're going to 1914, First World War. Bomb! What's that bomb? Gas! Gas! Now it's 300 million years BC. Dinosaur. Stegosaurus. Dinosaur, come in! Run! Ah! There you go. To help build the imagination, playing in different times. A lot of people have asked me, how do I get that great bluesy feel on a track called Sheep Don't Sleep, Kit and Itwell Davis? Let me tell you. Before recording the track or playing the track live, I think of something sad, just to get me into that bluesy mood. Let me demonstrate this for you now. I just think of something sad before I play. Sorry, let me tell you what happened there. I made the fatal mistake of thinking about something that was too sad. And I'll tell you a story, it's a true story. When I was about 5 or 6 years old, I walked from the house to the local park in the town, and it was got to be about a mile walk. And I must have been there playing for about an hour and a half. And when I came home, it was obvious that my mother and father had been looking for me all over the place, up and down the streets and everywhere, didn't know where I was. And I'll never forget walking into the house, and my father was totally cheesed off with me. I'll never forget his face about this close to mine, and veins bulging out of his neck. And he said to me in Welsh, "Os gloi bod chdi wedi bod yn parc neto, llifiad y coesa di off!" Which loosely translated, which loosely translated in English means, if I see you in that park again, I'll saw your legs off. It upsets me now, to be honest with you. So that's one thing. That's one thing you shouldn't do, is think about something too sad before playing the tune. Okay. How often do I change the skins on the drums? Well, in a live situation, I've got to be honest with you, I change the skins after every song. For those of you who have listened to the live in Llanfair Pwll Gwyngyll Gorgeryll Wyndropwyll Llan Cecilio Iogogo Goch album by Kit and Idwell Davis, the album is 10 hours long. When we went to Abbey Road to mix it, George Martin got a little bit cheesed off with us because we wanted to keep the changing of the skins on the album, but he wanted to cut it out. So the atmosphere got a little bit tense between us as a band and him, you know what I mean? But eventually we got him round. So if you come and see Kit and Idwell Davis playing live, we usually start about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and finish about 12. And it's a family experience, you know, and for some reason, don't ask me why, when I'm changing the skin on a 12-inch tom, when I'm actually tightening up the tension rods, it gets a big applause for some reason. So I do it all the time now when we play live, you know, so I change my skins after every song. I've come up with a few new rudiments over the last couple of years, and I teach them to my students. The first new one is called the rough rough. The second one is the phlegm tap. The third one is the twisting paradiddle. And if you're not quite sure how to play these, I've actually brought out a book. The book is called Bucha Bubucha. It's an excellent book. It covers everything we've done in this DVD. It's only £16, and the only thing I have to tell you, since the book has come out, I've actually come up with another new rudiment. This will stretch you a little bit. It's called the triple twisting paradiddle, and I will be actually demonstrating the triple twisting paradiddle for you before the end of this DVD. Lots of parents have expressed great concern about ear protection for their children because it can get quite noisy being a drummer in a rock band. Now, I've tried all kinds of ear protection, but the ones I've found the best that work for me are the T44's Death Audio ear protectors. I'll just show you how good they are. I'll just make a quick roll on the snare drum. Right, I'm starving. It won't be long. 2 seconds. Wasn't any bread in the house. Okay, just put this ham on here now. I'll feel okay after doing this though. I'm starving. Just take a bite of this. Okay, hold on. Okay. Right. Right, where were we? Ear protection. Hold on. I'll just show you how good these are now, right? I'll just take my mic off. Right? And I'll just put it in here so you can hear what I'm actually hearing when I'm playing the drums. G44s, death audio, fantastic. As I mentioned earlier on in this DVD, I run a highly successful drum school. Now, when I first start teaching my students, I get them to play barefoot. And we will be playing barefoot for about 6 months, maybe 9 months, and then we graduate to slippers. And then we gradually go up the scale. Slippers, then after about a year maybe shoes. Then we're going to be going to clogs. Then after a few years we'll be going to working boots. And that's going to be loosely tied working boots. And after a few years again, it's going to be working boots, but the tightly tied working boots. Now, not many students reach that stage with me. Only 2 so far. And they're in London now. But as you can see, here I'm in the Wellington stage. And have been for not many of my students reach the stage at all. I thought I'd show you that. But I remember when I was taught by the great Evian Hughes, you know, my drum teacher for many years. He sat me down one day and he made me watch a video of Peter Erskine playing live in Ronnie Scott's in London. And what was fantastic about that video was he was playing in chest-high waders. And I just couldn't believe it, that he could play so brilliantly wearing chest-high waders. And I remember even he was telling me, one day, Graham, that's going to be you. And it's been my dream ever since I heard those words coming out of his mouth, you know. And, you know, I'm still dreaming about those waders. Dream on. One of the questions I'm frequently asked when I'm doing a drum clinic is, how did I get that fantastic tom sound on a track called Tractors of Love, Kit and Idwell Davis, the 3rd album? Well, let me explain to you. It's a mixture of acoustic drums and electronic drums, and I use triggers to get that sound. So when I hit the acoustic tom, the signal gets picked up by the trigger into the electronic kit, and then there's a combination of those 2 sounds. And I've used all kinds of triggers. I've tried loads of them over the years, but these are the triggers I prefer to use myself. Now, these are fantastic. You can get them in Shop Down Clock in Carnarvon, £19.99 each. And like I'm saying, these are the ones I found work best for me. But if you are thinking of buying them, make sure you do thorough research, because if you do buy them from Shop Down Clock, you take them back You're not going to get a refund off that woman. In this part of the DVD, I'd like to call Hugh, one of my students, in to help me. Hugh, come in, mate. Thanks for coming to help me this evening. Now, Hugh has been with me now for just over a year, and already he's in the slipper stage, which is fantastic. Hugh, do you want to go and sit down there? I'll just explain to you what we're going to be doing here today. In about 3 or 4 years' time, Hugh is going to be ready to go out gigging around Wales. And as we all know, when he starts gigging, most of the time, the audience don't give a shite, talking all the time, which can be really disheartening for the students. So what we do here today, I've recorded some pub atmospheres, and Hugh is going to play along to some pub atmospheres. Now, the first one we're going to be playing to is the Black Lion on a Wednesday afternoon. And it's quite subdued, so we'll just try this now. Okay, you just play along to this, Hugh, do you mind? Here we go. Okay, that was fantastic. There was some bottle smashing there and he played straight through that. That was brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the next pub atmos is the Anglesey Arms on a Saturday night. So this is a little bit rowdy and a little bit more demanding. So just try and play through this for me, please. Okay. That was a little bit more demanding. You can hear the sounds of tills and people playing pool and everything. So struggling a little bit there, you know what I mean? But it wasn't too bad. Now let's try this last one now, okay? This is the Duck and Trout. This is on a New Year's Eve, okay? And this is going to be a little bit more rowdy, okay? Try this. Okay, that's a typical New Year's Eve atmosphere, you know what I mean? Now, Hugh was struggling a little bit there, but what we'll do now for 10, 15 minutes every day for about 18 months, we'll play to that track, okay? And in that time, you're going to be fine. So don't worry about it, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, that's what we do to get the students battle hardened for the gigs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the DVD. I would especially like to thank Slate Sticks for sponsoring me. And as I promised earlier on, I'm now going to demonstrate for you the triple twisting paradiddle. But before I do that, I just want to go and get something. Excuse me. Way! I've finally been recognised by the Royal Society of Waiting Drummers. After 40 years of playing, my dream come true. They sent me these through the post. I got the letter the other day. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, now I will perform for you the triple twisting paradiddle in chest-high waders and slate sticks for the very first time. But to be honest with you, do you mind? I'm a little bit nervous about it, so do you mind leaving the room? Just in case, you know, because... Okay? Yeah, thanks so much. I'll just psych myself up for this now, okay? Bit of this. Right. Here we go. Yes! I did it! Yes! Brilliant! Did you get that? Did you get it?